in 2015. My name is Unhrc Prasad and I am the founder and managing director of MUN World India. MUN World India happens to be the company that is organizing the technical aspects of CISB MUN 2015, and we look forward to delivering a very holistic conference to all of you where you all learn a lot as well as have a lot of fun. Now, in order to have a lot of fun while learning, it is very important to research well, make sure you all read your study guides well, and make sure you all have everything in place to participate to the best of your abilities. Alright? I am going to give you a little bit of direction for your research, and this is what I am doing here. Now, as far as your committee is concerned, the UNHRC has a very clear-cut mandate. It deals with all issues which have to do with the human rights of citizens of various member nations of the world. There is a particular document called, it's a very small document called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which states a particular set of rights that all people of the world must be entitled to. Unfortunately, there are a lot of violations, there are a lot of human rights violations, especially in regions which are affected by civil war or destruction or protests. A lot of human rights violations take place, and hence the UNHRC's role comes into play, wherein it tries to prevent the violations of these rights and to ensure that everybody is entitled to at least basic human rights which the UDHR entitles them to. Alright? Now, as far as discussions in the committee are concerned, the agenda is addressing the rights of refugees and internally displaced people in regions of armed conflict. Alright? It's a very simple agenda that deals with the pure rights of refugees and IDPs, and you'd be shocked to know that there are a huge number of refugees and IDPs all over the world. One of the most common example of internally displaced people or internally displaced persons is in the case of Kashmir. Alright, Kashmiri people have been displaced to different parts of India, and they are residing in different parts of India as internally displaced people. These are the people who are displaced within their own nation. In many cases though, people are displaced beyond the borders of their nation, in which case they become refugees. Alright. Now, the most important refugee crisis that is taking place in current times is the Syrian refugee crisis. What has happened is that Syria is being plundered by war. There is war between the government and rebel forces who are trying to bring down the government, and then the Islamic State, which is an extremist organization, is also very rampantly active in the region. Because of the civil war taking place among them, there's a lot of loss of life and destruction, as a result of which people have decided to flee from Syria to various parts of the world, especially Europe. Now, what is happening is that them fleeing to Europe is putting a lot of strain on the resources of various European member nations that are also suffering from an economic crisis. At the same point in time, there are chances of human rights violations within those refugee camps, and more importantly, it is completely disturbing the dynamics of the region. As delegates, it is very important for you all to discuss the Syrian refugee crisis among others. For this, research on your country is very important. Make sure you're clear about your stance as far as Syrian refugees are concerned. You can talk about methods of providing aid to them among various other things, and make sure that at every point in time you try and uphold the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and cite violations of them so that you all can come up with solutions for them. Thank you very much, delegates. I hope this video is helpful, and all the best with your research. See you at CISB MUN 2015.